Your second ingredient is fermented plant juice. I've made that. Fermented plant juice is usually made out of fresh roots, not roots, the fresh shoots. That's the word I'm thinking of. Fermented plant juice is a rich enzyme solution made out of beneficial biochemicals inside of the plant. So when you take a fresh, like say in your backyard you got weeds and you got a lot of things growing fast, you go out there early in the morning and you harvest all of the tips. You put the tips into a big bucket and you mix it with equal weights of raw brown sugar. And you mix it together. Then you take it in like a jar. You take it in like a jar about this size and you smash it all down so that it's all compressed together. And then you put like a breathable lid on top and you leave it in a cool, dark area for about 2 weeks, depending on the plant material. Some plants break down a lot faster than other plants, but basically through that osmotic pressure and fermentation, the sugar starts eating away at the plant and it starts releasing all of this great chemical compound in a liquid form, and then you strain off and you collect the liquid form. And you could use that liquid form, same thing as EOHN, about 4 mils per gallon. So there's two different things. The fermented plant juice is made out of like fresh leaves, fresh tips, greens. So you're using that as an input for your veg side of things to help your plants grow fast in their veg stage. There's another thing called fermented fruit juice. I made this one. Nope. Fermented fruit juice. This is made out of fruits. Like with the fruits, you're getting out all of the nutrients and chemical compounds in those fruits that are letting your plants know it's time to make more fruit. So same process, you cut up your fruits, you mix it in with equal weights of raw brown sugar, you push it in a jar with a breathable lid, and you give it like a couple of weeks for the fermentation process to do its thing, and then you strain it out and you keep the liquid. The liquid for fermented fruit juice, that's about 8 mils when you're in flour. So fermented plant juice, OHN, and brown rice vinegar. You could make it if you want. I just buy this off of Amazon. It's brown rice vinegar. This has so many great qualities, just this alone, how helpful it is for your plants. It's basically like a cleanser. So that brown rice vinegar plus OHN plus fermented plant juice is all added together to make a maintenance solution. So when you could order these products, by the way, off of somebody that you know, like who's making them. There's a lot of people making K&F products and selling them. So if you don't want to make it yourself, but you want to give it a try, you can totally buy it off of them. This is my K&F maintenance solution. It's those 3 ingredients, OHN, fermented plant juice, and brown rice vinegar mixed together. So if I wanted to give my plants a boost, I'd give them just a little bit of this, 20 mils per gallon. Soil drench or foliar spray is fine. Just a little bit. You don't need to overdo it.
How often do you do the maintenance solution?
If I was... I don't think that you need to do it if you're foliar spraying and also doing a soil drench, then maybe one or the other. If you're doing it just once a week, it's fine. When you go into flower, you don't want a foliar spray anymore. You want to put it in the soil. Once a week is fine. Once every other week is fine too. Also, I've made water-soluble calcium.
Well, actually, sorry, before we move on to that, I did have a question about the fermented plant juice. So just to kind of quick recap, 4 milliliters per gallon for the fermented plant juice. And that is going to mostly be veg. You had mentioned in the vegetation stage. And then the fruit fermented fruit juice would be used during flower. That's 8 milliliters per gallon. So you can use them individually, or you can make that maintenance solution that you spoke about, right? So you can do either or, right?
Yeah. The maintenance solution that I've made is only with the fermented plant juice. So
Okay, gotcha.
Not the fermented fruit juice. It does kind of get a bit confusing.
Okay,
But
that makes sense.
you could totally use just fermented fruit juice with water and just water that to your plants. The OHN and is kind of used sparingly. Same thing with the brown rice vinegar, just a little bit. You don't need to add it all the time, but it's definitely beneficial to have it in there. So let's say you're doing bottled nutrients and you would have your part A and your part B, and your part A is for veg and then your part B is for flour. Well, our part A is fermented plant juice and our part B is fermented fruit juice. There's also, you could use all sorts of types of different fruits to make the fermented fruit juice. I heard you should probably stay away from citric fruits and pineapple. But my friend that does fermented plant extracts makes this fermented pumpkin. So if you didn't want to make it yourself, you could buy it off of somebody else. And then same thing, this one's like comfrey. This one you would use in veg. This one I would use in flour.
This clip is brought to you by AC Infinity. Use discount code MrGrow at 15 to save on any of their products.